Hey everyone, how's it going? Hopefully you're having a nice, calm day or night wherever you're at. And yeah, if you eating a snack while watching this, or you're watching this at like 3 a.m., then yeah, I hope this little video could be entertaining or just something to pass the time that can make your day or night or possibly life a bit better. Today, I just want to talk about why I believe failing can be the best thing ever for you as a person. That's a crazy thing to say. I know it is. Believe me, I definitely understand that because, automatically when you think of failing, you kind of just think, what? Like, no way. No way does failing make any sense, make you any better. And that's kind of that's a mindset of basically someone that's not knowledgeable, and it's okay to not be so knowledgeable. If you're here, I think you will get more knowledge, and I think you got to take that in a good way, is take all these lessons or these words and make use of them. Listen to what is being said to you, right? Live and learn. So I want to talk about failing because I think it's a problem that people just have in general. And I think right now, too, is just a very interesting time, especially in a certain country, my country, America, United States. I think there's a lot of people kind of just struggling. Things are kind of getting more unsure. The climate looks a bit crazy. I know this is a very, I guess, pretty deep. It's kind of just more out of the ordinary for what I speak of. But, I do think about, kind of the world, right? Like, how much longer can humans keep progressing and realizing that, if history keeps repeating itself in the bad ways, then we're just kind of doomed for, good times, bad times, good times, bad times. And I think that's also something that can contribute with failing. If you fail, what you want to do is use that failure to bring yourself up and basically, win, because that's the opposite of failing. So bring yourself back up so you don't fail again, so you don't go back down, you don't stoop down, because that's the worst thing you can do is stoop down, right? There's people that get into stuff and, they might go into rehab, or there's people who make horrible decisions and affect, their friends or family, can leave an effect on them. Just crazy, because I do believe that failing can be one of the best things ever in one's life. And I can say that for myself, right? I've totally messed up so many times in life. I've failed. I've made so many dumb decisions, and that's not to say haven't made, good or very wise decisions, because I for sure have. I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do any of that, or really do any of that, if I just didn't fail. And I'm always glad anytime I failed, or anytime I kind of felt, I guess insecure, or, anything like that, because I think the thing with life too is there's so many things that could humble you as a person. And I can say that for myself because I moved to Seattle, and I think I talk about this a lot. I know I'm young, but you go to someplace new, you're going to remember that forever, especially if it's such a big step in your life. Yeah, I think it's something I just talk about a lot because, if I feel like if I didn't move up to Seattle, Washington, I just wouldn't really be who I am. I feel like I wouldn't have learned so many lessons and learned a lot of truth in life. Up there, I really got into, I guess, philosophy and just thinking more about how fragile life is and how important it is to just be frugal with not only yourself, but, with spending, right? Because I had to pay for some bills. Obviously I got help. I'm very grateful. I've got help from many people. Not only financially, but physically and mentally. But there were some moments where I kind of thought to myself, I don't want to fail. And when I was up there, I didn't really feel like that, but I did at the same time. Towards the end, I realized this is a moment in time. So you got to just spend it wisely and just take a lot to learn from it. And I did, I totally did. And, it didn't end the way I wanted it to. I just came back with a mind that I'm very, I guess, proud of, and, there's still times where I kind of make mistakes or I might overthink, but I'm always getting better. And I can kind of thank that for failing, because when I first moved back, it's like weird because I kind of thought it was a bit disappointing of me, right? I go to some crazy place. I mean, thinking about it, Seattle, I mean, one of my favorite things to do ever is just listen to music. And some of my favorite bands are from Seattle. They were during that grunge era. Shout out Pearl Jam specifically. They really inspired me and they really helped me when I was up there. And I remember too, actually coming back, we went to the airport over there, SeaTac, I believe, and there's just like pictures and like little, I guess, documentations, like the history of the bands there, quite a few, and it was just really cool. And I also got a shirt, a Pearl Jam shirt at the airport. It was like $40, but dude, it's just worth it. And that's the thing with life too, is a lot of things are worth it. Take the risk. Even if you fail, take the risk. You might feel a little disappointed, or you might feel like, oh, maybe other people are disappointed in me, or, it's kind of a shame, but I'm just telling you, it's all in your head, right? I think everything is just in our heads, and I get it. We can be way too over in our head. It's natural. But yeah, I think failing can just equal winning in the long run. I think it's a common thing, if you didn't make these mistakes or these failures, I know I keep throwing that word around, but what else am I supposed to use, right? It's the point of this video. But if that didn't happen, I don't think I'd be who I am. And I feel like a lot of people can agree with that. And I think it's just such an important thing to remember, especially when you're young too, because it's inevitable. And I think it's sad because I think some people just never recover or, even learn from their mistakes. Right now, we're in a time where I think, humanity will kind of look back, we'll be in the history books, I think, and this could be a time where I think there's just a lot of fear and not a lot of people in the right minds. I don't know, I think it's crazy. I'm just here speaking, it's kind of nonsense, but I really do think that, there's a way around all this. We got to believe in ourselves and remember that after falling, that we can get back up. If you fall, will you stay on the ground or will you just get back up? And that's basically the way it is. You have to just be here and remember that just because it feels like the end of the world or you're just kind of unsure or nervous, there's always a way, there's always a path that you go down. And at least I could say that for myself, where I don't know, I just feel like life works in such weird ways that if you can just keep going and, finding ways around everything or crawling out, I'm saying that metaphorically, that I think things will just work out. Not everything's going to work out the way you want it to, but that's expected. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about failing. Is I just truly think it could be the best thing ever for one, and mistakes happen. So don't bring yourself down. Don't let no one bring you down. Remember that you're human. Just gotta breathe. It's pretty simple. It's kind of complex, but in the end, things are simple. You just gotta see it that way. But yeah, I believe that's pretty much all I have to say. Let me know if anyone, what you guys think, because I think for me to be here on this platform and speak is just kind of a step in the right direction, I should say, not just a direction, but in the right direction. And, that's what I want for me, but I also want to be here and kind of just provide usefulness and enlightenment in others, right? Yeah, that's all I got though. I really hope you all enjoyed. Glad to be here to just talk. I mean, it's so easy to talk. It's like the easiest thing ever. And I'm very grateful I have the vocal cords too, right? And the last thing is I'm just glad to be alive. And I think that's how we should all feel like. It's like Pearl Jam, my favorite song of theirs is Alive, probably. I have a strong resonation with that song. Oh, I'm still alive. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day or night. See ya.